I live here. And because I live here, I share real estate information every week about Fort Erie and the Niagara region so that you can learn more about our area. I talk about market data. I talk about what Fort Erie and the Niagara region has to offer people that are considering moving to our area. Sometimes I talk about global and national economics because it's relevant, but mostly I talk about Fort Erie. The Bank of Canada, as anticipated, held the rate at 5% this past Wednesday, and they're expected to hold that position until the end of the second quarter. Last month, when the Bank of Canada held their rate, our local real estate market here in Fort Erie really rallied, in fact, all throughout the Niagara region. And I'll be watching to see what happens following this most recent announcement. Now, in our end of February sales report on ITSU, we saw a decline in the average and median price point in Fort Erie and the Niagara region. This decline came after 2 consecutive increases month over month in Fort Erie and in the Niagara region. And quite frankly, I was surprised by this. You know, February was a super busy month following that bank announcement. And the explanation rests in the fact that the number of sales that were transacting were up, but those sales were on the lower price point homes. As we head into the second week of March, the inventory is starting to climb. Fort Erie is at 294 new listings. That's almost 300 listings here in Fort Erie. And in the Niagara region, we're at 2,051 residential listings. We've now broke that 2,000 mark in the region. It's very typical in the spring market that lots of inventory is going to start to become available. But I do want to caution you, if you are waiting for those gardens to become absolutely pristine to list your home, you're likely going to face fierce competition in the spring market. So don't hesitate to make your move onto the market before your neighbor does so. Sales remain steady here in Fort Erie with 10 selling firm over the past 7 days and 146 selling firm in the Niagara region. The days on market are starting to shrink and the price points are up ever so slightly. I recently attended a conference and one of the speakers were saying that in Canada, we are going to see over 488,000 homes transact in 2024. Now that's up 10.4% from last year. Thank the Lord. In fact, I was speaking with a real estate agent in Toronto who typically carries a generous amount of inventory and he's completely out of listings. He was saying that even his stale listings that were sitting have sold. Well, that's not the case in Fort Erie, but it is certainly positive indications for spring. As it sits now, personally, I still have a fair bit of inventory because pricing is still very important here in Fort Erie in order for you to get your property sold. We're sitting right now at 6 months worth of inventory, which means, as you can recall, we were heading into the year with 8 months of inventory, but now we are balanced. Well, that's it for my update this week. Dennis and I are going to be very busy this weekend holding open houses starting Saturday from 1 to 3 at 447 Viking. It's a super affordable townhouse. It's just a little over 2 years old and it's listed at $500,000. Then on Sunday from 1 to 3, we're going to be hosting 2 open houses on Burwell just around the corner from Viking. One at 845 Burwell priced at $750 and one at 884 Burwell priced affordably at $679. Dennis will be in one, I'll be in the other. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoy my videos and I'll look forward to speaking with you next week. Have a great weekend.